Hey GP Youth, I hope everybody is feeling well at home today. I hope you guys are staying safe and practicing social distancing. I just wanted to come to you guys today to offer up a word of encouragement, and I hope you guys will see this and you will really think about it and you will really be encouraged by my word today. So the first verse I want to start with is Psalms 91 verses 1 through 6. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In Him I will trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday." And again, that was Psalms 91 verses 1 through 6. So obviously, for the last couple weeks, life has just been kind of crazy, okay? Most of us have been out of school, probably maybe for the rest of the year. We're not able to get to church weekly anymore. We are literally stuck at home. We literally cannot go out anywhere. We're not able to hang out with friends or see family members as much anymore. And that just happened very quickly, okay? We were living life normal, and within a couple days, everything just changed, and now we're stuck in our homes. And to be quite frank, that's just a weird, uneasy feeling to have. And then maybe throughout all of this, you haven't really grasped on to the full situation. But if you have, then you might feel that fear in your heart and that scary feeling because, this virus that is sweeping the globe and just it's really an unknown epidemic, and we don't have a vaccine for it, and nobody really knows what it can do. That's an unnerving feeling. That really is like a fearful feeling just of the unknown in general. And that's unnerving, but despite what is going on, you should not feel fear, okay? What we just read, it said God is our fortress, okay? We can run into His fortress and we can feel safe, okay? He's protecting us. He will deliver you from these times of epidemic and these pandemic and these fearful thoughts you are having, okay? We have a relationship with God. We know what He knows, and He knows that He's going to save us from this, okay? We know where our help is coming from, and we know we could run to Him and feel safe. So we don't need to have that fear in our hearts because we know where our help is coming from, and we know, hey, we can go to Him and He's going to have it all figured out, okay? Because I know God and He's got me, okay? Another verse I want to pull from is from 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7, and it reads like this: "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but He has given us the spirit of power and of love and of a sound mind." Again, that was 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. That says, God did not give us the spirit of fear. He literally gave us the opposite spirit of a sound mind, okay? He gave us that spirit of power and of love and of a sound mind, no, not of fear, okay? Anything else is not of God because He didn't give us fear, so that's not of God, okay? God, in the beginning, He created us and He gave us everything we needed, and He didn't give us fear, so we don't need that, okay? It's just as simple as that. And a last thing to note, on top of all of this, we aren't just called to not live in fear, okay? God doesn't want us to live in fear, but He didn't just end it there. He gave us an opportunity to have peace as well, okay? He gave us an opposite side of the coin. Philippians 4 and 7 says, "And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus," okay? We can reject that fear. We can tune the fear out, but that isn't our only option. That isn't the end of the road, because God said we can have that peace of God. It passes all understanding, and it will keep our hearts and minds, okay? So we have another option, another route, other than just pushing the fear out, okay? And will be a comfort to us all. We don't have to simply live in fear, but we can be at peace in our lives as well, okay? Because we know where our help comes from. We trust in the Lord, and He gives us that peace. And even when it doesn't make sense, even when we shouldn't, be at peace, because there's panic in the world right now, and people, you shouldn't be easy about this. You shouldn't be, so calm about all this, but we know where our help is coming from. And maybe it doesn't even make sense to us, but like that verse said, His peace passes all understanding. We don't even understand why, we can be happy and we can be at peace, but God said that His peace does pass all understanding. And there is still joy to be had in this life and in this world right now, okay? There's a lot of bad things going on, but there's still joy to be found. There's still happiness to be found, because we know where our joy is found, okay? And God didn't go anywhere. He's still here for us. So we know where our joy comes from, okay? You can continue to better yourself. You can continue to build your relationship with God. You can continue to be productive. You can do things that is bettering yourself, and you can find joy in those things. So joy didn't disappear throughout this time. If fear doesn't overcome joy, there can still be joy in the midst of a world that is very fearful and the world that is just unknown at the moment. So you can continue to find your joy, and your joy is in Jesus Christ, okay? God didn't give us fear, but he gave us that peace that passes all understanding. So don't waste another day without it, okay? You know, you can push out the fear, but you can also have that peace. So don't just continue going without it. You have access to it, okay? He wants to give it to you. You just have to ask him, okay? So just find a time in prayer over the next week and just talk to God for a couple minutes and just ask him about that. God, I'm rejecting this fear, but I need your peace, okay? If you ask him for it, he wants to give it to you, and you will receive it, and you will begin to live your life differently because of that peace of God you have in your heart, okay? I hope that you guys really take this word of encouragement and that you will dwell on it, that you will pray about it, and that you will find your peace in God, because we have no need to fear, and this pandemic will be over before we know it, and we will be stronger as a group together. So pray to God this week for his perfect peace. I love you guys. I can't wait to see you again, and make sure to stay connected, okay? God bless.